Hey everybody, in light of Super Bowl Sunday, I want to talk to you about how teaching is also a team sport just like football is. So welcome back to another episode of Teach Better with Ben. If you like the content in this video, please make sure you smash that like button, comment down below with a success or something you may be struggling with, and make sure that you smash that subscribe button. It really helps the algorithm and it's going to help my channel grow. Thank you so much. The first way that teaching is a team sport is that you have to offer support in the tough times. Everybody goes through something. Everybody goes through tough times personally or work related. One thing that I've noticed is that if you're not there for your other colleagues, then they'll feel like they're left out on an island. Please be there for them, because that will make your relationship with them stronger, and then it will make the student's relationship with their teacher maybe even a little bit better, because maybe on plan you talked about how emotionally taxing the weekend was, or these students just aren't understanding what I'm teaching, and maybe you offered a little light of support for that teacher, and then they used that in their classroom and it made their day a whole lot better. The second thing I would say about being able to have a team sport in education is actively listen to the people you work with. You're a professional in your field, they're a professional, they're going to have different ideas and different background knowledge than what you have. So if you're actively listening to what they have to say, you're going to be able to become a stronger teacher because of it. Whether it's supporting students emotionally, whether it's supporting what they do on an everyday basis, if it's supporting them in the classroom, whatever you can do to actively listen to help your students, the better you'll be. The third point I want to make, guys, is to be willing to try something new. If you're willing to try something new, sometimes that will open up the mind of your student, and it will open up your mind like, I never thought about doing it this way, but now that I see that it can be done this way, I'm actually going to be more successful. Be willing to try something new, because that might help your students grow, and it might get you out of the same old, same old. Sometimes I know whenever I'm teaching, I want to do the same thing I did last year, but every group of students is going to learn differently. Every year you're going to have different challenges with different students, so you got to be able to be willing to learn something new. The fourth thing I want to say, guys, is use your team to become better. One thing that I really struggle with is I struggle with teaching fractions, specifically fractions on a number line and how fractions can relate whenever there's different denominators. I had to go to my team and I had to ask them for support. When I did ask them for support, they were willing to give me insight, because they knew exactly what I was going through, and they were able to tell me, oh, you need to show them this, or you need to show your students this, or if you do this skill and check yourself this way, then you'll become better. And the reason I did that is because I knew that my fraction scores were not going to be that great. They weren't that great last year, and I needed to grow exponentially when I taught that skill. Number 5, guys, stop worrying about other teachers' data. This is probably the most important point I want to make, because it's very easy to get caught up in the competitive nature of I'm better than them, I'm a better educator than them, I'm better at them than this, or they're better than me at this. It's easy to get caught up in that, but you have to remember, your students are not their students. Their students are not your students. Every student learns at a different rate and at a different pace. And we have to remember that test scores are not our students. If you get caught up in the data of I'm better than this person, I'm better than this person, and not look at it collectively of this is my team, this is what we've done, we've failed together or we've been successful together, that'll make you better and that'll make you stronger as a group, and it'll help you with your test scores the next year. Next, guys, I want to say that it's very important to help your other teachers professionally and personally. If they're going through something professionally, you need to be there for them. You need to explain that it will get better. They're not going to fail at life because they had one rough day or one rough week or one rough quarter. You need to be there for them, because since this is so emotionally taxing, they have to know that they can do it, and they have to know that other people have gone through the same thing. You've gone through the same thing that somebody else has gone through, or at least something very similar. So you can offer guidance and wisdom in that situation. Be there for them professionally. Just like when you help them professionally get through something that they had to deal with at work, it's important that you help them personally too. One story that I can say is my teammate had a door lock that she was having trouble with. I went over to her house and helped her get it programmed correctly. You have to be there for your people because they're going to be there for you. If you're struggling and you're sick one day and your kids need to get to school, your own personal kids need to get to school, guess what? Somebody's going to take care of you in that situation. I know that if I text anybody or if I called somebody in the morning and said, hey, I'm on my deathbed here, I need somebody to help me take my kids to school, they'll pick up my kids and take them to school. They'll leave a little bit early to help me out personally. When you do that for your team, it creates such a bond that you won't be able to or feel like you're rivaling that person. You'll feel like you're growing together and that you're working together on a consistent everyday basis. The 8th thing, guys, that I'll say, and the final thing that I'll say is go to that Christmas party. I've been guilty of not going to school-sponsored events outside of work because I have a family. I have nobody to babysit my kids, or I feel like I have nobody to babysit my kids, and really what it is, it's procrastination. I don't go ahead and try to hook a babysitter up, or I don't try to find somebody to watch my own personal kids, and then I end up saying, oh, I'm not going to go to the Christmas party, or I'm not going to go to this Super Bowl party, or I'm not going to go and do this during the summer with my team. The reason why I do that is because it makes me nervous, honestly, to be around the other educators that I feel like are better than me. And when I exclude myself from that, I really wish that I would have went. Whenever I'm sitting there at home watching TV, I'm looking on social media, I'm checking Facebook to see what they're doing, if they're having a great time. When people invite you to do things, especially when other school people will be there, try to go to those things because it will make you a stronger team altogether throughout your whole building. Guys, thank you for watching this video about how education is a team sport. It is a team sport. Please believe that. You're not on your own. Other people will be there for you if you let them be, and you have to be there for them as well. If you like the content of this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to it. Please put a comment down below of anything you're struggling with or anything you're having a success with. I love to hear those types of success stories. Now, on to the chicken wings. That it is a very, very emotional cut. Is to try something new. Sometimes we get stuck in our own ways, and we're not willing to give people the idea that we know or that we can. Please cut that. The reason why you have to stop worrying about that is because I know always. Cut that crap out. And if you do worry about that, the group of students that's in your other teacher's room or in this teacher's room, those students, I'm coughing, cut. It's easy to get caught up in this because we are a very competitive race of people, and we want to make sure we're not a race of people, we're a species. Jesus, that was dumb. Also, be there for them personally.